beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle. We talk all things life, love, spirituality, love, attraction, and all of that juicy goodness. In this video, I want to talk about something that we discovered on a client call. We, as in me and my client. And I have a client who is trying to manifest a specific job or working. She has her own business now and she's a baddie. She totally started her own business. She's been working at it for 8 years now. And now she's wanting to kind of pull back the reins and maybe go work with and partner up with somebody else, a really well-known person. And she's going to be working underneath her umbrella. And she's really been manifesting this and preparing her nervous system to receive it. So when we're calling in a really big dream, something that you know that a lot of other people, might be fighting for that same position. And it might feel like, wow, this is a big deal. It's something I really, really, really want. I'm willing to wait. She's been waiting, I think, not waiting, we like to say tuning or preparing for about a year now, maybe a year and a half. And she booked my mentorship because she's feeling like maybe there's a blockage that she can't see. And we discovered it on her first call in our 6 weeks. So the first call just happened and we discovered she has a fear of being seen. And this was also reflecting in her skin. Her skin was sending her the message that, hey, you're manifesting these ailments and things happening with your skin because there's a deeper rooted thing going on. There's a fear of being seen. And we can all, I think all humans, we have to be gentle with ourselves and realize that a lot of times it wasn't safe to be seen as kids. We were in households where maybe our siblings were always shaming us, or maybe our parents were bullying us in some way. I've had other clients who've had parents like screaming in their face if they didn't do something right or abusing them. And I've had my own experiences too. And those small moments are massive for our nervous system in our future. So something that could have happened when you were 8 years old, and maybe it happened within a matter of 10 seconds, that one moment is shaping you now, and it's determining whether you're open for the next level in your life. And that's the work we do in the mentorship, is we are preparing your nervous system for your next level, whether it's winning the lottery, whether it's getting that dream job, or calling in the partner and having the nervous system to hold them. And a lot of times, even for me, I have a big fear of being seen, not on YouTube, but in my personal world. I've lived alone for so long, and through my issues with moving out of my apartment and finding mold, I've had to live with other people. And it's been so hard for me to adjust to like, oh no, are they going to critique my lifestyle? And I'm a very healthy eater and very particular about things. And I'm like, what if I'm like, not really realizing that I'm like, uptight, or maybe I'm too open, or maybe I share too much or talk too much. Like when you start to live with other people, you start to question everything because you want to be liked, right? And especially growing up in a house where you're being shamed or bullied, that then turns on this notch in us, and it's like we gotta be liked because we don't want to get bullied again. We don't want to get hurt again. So on our call, we uncovered that she had a situation when she was younger where she felt bullied, she felt shamed, and now she's wanting to post on social media and she's wanting to put her energy out there so she can be seen to work for this other person. And she's scared that if she does email and says, hey, I want you to work for me, she's worried that she won't be able to show up and do it. She's worried that she might ruin it. Like maybe she starts working there and then the fear of being seen is too much. So we've been working on it. And I want you all right now to take a look at the manifestation that you want to call in. And I want you to journal that it already happened. And through this journaling process, you're going to start to recognize the fearful, doubtful, scary thoughts that pop up as you're writing it. It's going to be like, yeah, that's not going to happen. Or, oh no, I don't want to be seen. Or what if I mess this up? Whatever that little glimmer of a thought is, I want you to write that down next to it. And then I want you to trace back to your childhood and figure out, where did that start? Like, where did I start to feel small? Where did I start to feel scared? Like if I said something, I had another client who one time she spoke the truth to her mom, and she was like calling her mom out for like lying about something. And her mom smacked her across the face. And in that moment, that taught that child, don't speak the truth. Well, in life and when we're on a spiritual journey, our integrity is everything. If we're not speaking the truth, we're abandoning ourselves. We're off track. We're out of alignment. So she learned to lie and to just say whatever other people wanted her to say, right? She wasn't really speaking from her own feelings and thoughts. She was always catering to the other person and attuning her energy. And now she's scared to actually say her needs because guess what's going to happen? Her nervous system is going to feel like if she speaks her needs to her partner or to her boss, then that energy of getting like smacked across the face is going to feel like knives all over her body. So she's not going to speak up. She's not going to take action to get her needs met. And if we don't do that, we don't get our manifestations. We have to break through these fears. We have to move in the direction that we don't want to go in. And that's why we need mentors, coaches, and healers, because they can see the path that we're headed down. They can see our potential, and they are going to show us why we're not taking action. So if you're watching this right now and you know you should be taking action on something, or maybe you're writing a song, or maybe you're writing a book, and you keep refining it. You just keep refining it, keep refining it. And you're like, why aren't I just putting it out there? You know, that's the fear. The fear is telling you it's not perfect yet, because if you put something out that's not perfect, something bad's going to happen to you, or you're going to feel judged by what other people are going to think of this thing. So in reality, we're meant to just put it out there, and we can always put another one out. We can always put another book out. We can always put another song out. We don't want to waste years not doing what we came here to do because we're worried about this repetitive cycle of somebody shaming us for something that we've created and it's not up to their standard. But what if it brings us joy? That's why I do this work. That's why I'm creating this video, because whatever manifestation you're wanting to call in, you can have it. You just have to make sure that you're not blocking it. And I can help you do that if you need help. So remember this. Look into the thoughts that are popping up after you're writing your thank you letter to the universe. Universe, thank you so much for this manifestation, or I'm so grateful now that this manifestation arrived. Catch any little doubtful thoughts, then write them down on the left side, and then trace those thoughts. Where did they come from? Who instilled them in you? Why are you not feeling worthy? Our worthiness is directly connected to our manifestations, and it literally keeps them from us if we're still not feeling worthy of receiving something. And you all are so worthy. You're so loved. I love you all so much. And I want the best for every single person on this planet. I went through phases where I was like, I'm worthy. I know I can have whatever I want, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to teach other people how to do it. But deep down, I still had these traumas that had not surfaced yet of why I didn't feel worthy. And it's because I was shamed in childhood. I was made to feel like I was stupid. I was a dumb jock, and I just could never do anything right. And I was just a pretty face, and I had no depth, which was ridiculous. I was always, always, always talking deeply about things. And I'm such a hard worker, and I did my best in school. And if B's and C's were the best I got, oh well, that doesn't define me. But the outside world was telling me all of this. The people that I grew up with were telling me all of this, because I wasn't meeting their standards. And if you think about that, whoever's standards you're unconsciously trying to meet, you're trying to meet an ego. You're trying to meet the standards of their ego that was created from their trauma and their wounds from childhood. So it's not even like fulfilling. We're not meant to do it for other people. We're meant to do things for us. And we have to break out of that barrier and that like prison of, I had to break out of the prison of people, maybe thinking I'm stupid on YouTube, people thinking that I don't know what I'm talking about, or people judging me, or people looking at me and only thinking a certain thing because of the way I look. So I went through a phase of where I tried to be so smart, and I tried to, prove to everybody that I'm more than just whatever they thought I was. And then I realized I don't have to prove anything to anybody's ego, because they're going to have judgments anyway. I'm just going to show up and do what I like to do and have fun and dress the way I want to dress. And if somebody doesn't like it, they can just, turn the page, flip the phone off, whatever. I'm just still going to show up as me. And I want all of you to do the same thing, because when you're authentic and when you're yourself, that's when all the doors fly open, and God's like, they got it. They broke through the barrier. They moved through the fear of being seen, and they just are showing up, putting themselves out there, and they're not fearing that moment of getting hit across the face or getting shamed or getting bullied. You can talk to your nervous system and say, and this is what I do in my mentorship. I'll give you a little piece. I give my clients homework and exercises that they have to do after our calls. But one of the things we do is we then reparent the inner child who got hit. So the version of you that got hit is still living inside of you, and she's like crying on the floor, or he's crying on the floor. And you're going to walk over to them, you're going to grab them by their shoulders, and you're going to hug them so tight, and you're going to say, nobody will ever do that to you ever again. And we are strong now. And if people have opinions, they can have opinions. And that might feel like knives all over our body, because it might feel similar to that bullying as a kid, or the shaming, or the abuse. But we're going to be in charge of that child now. We're going to look at him or her every single day and say, what do you need today? Do you need a yummy drink? I have a really yummy pineapple drink, pineapple juice. You're soothing that inner child and making them feel so loved, so protected. So now he or she can express, they can create, they can make the video, they can dress the way they want to dress. And no matter who's watching, they're still doing what they came here to do. So what is it that you have inside of you that you want to put out into the world? What do you want to manifest? What do you want to call in and be able to hold it and keep it and not sabotage it? And I can help you do that. We can uncover these blockages that you don't even know are there. It is textbook. Every single one of my clients is like, oh my gosh, Michelle, I had no idea, or I went into this call and I did not think we were going to talk about this. And here we are talking about it. And it always works out. All right. So I'm sending you so much love. You are worthy of having all of your desires. If you need help, book a session with me. My mentorship is open. I'm still accepting more people. It's closed, for the 6 weeks that we're working right now. That group is closed, but I'm going to be running it again in a couple weeks. So feel free, hit the link in the comments. You can sign up now and we can start now. I can kind of do an overlay if you're really needing it right now, but I'd be happy to help you on your journey. And I hope you have a fabulous day. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much for supporting me, my daughter, and our channel. All right, peace out.